Well, we made it into the parking lot last night. The trip took us about 36 hours. It's about 1,800 miles. We didn't get in too late last night, but it's real windy. We just decided to kind of camp out at the truck. Mark's still asleep. But yeah, a couple guys already went in, but it's so windy, nothing's going to be moving. I mean, maybe. Bears might be moving. But it's real windy, 30, 40 mile an hour gusts. That's Reservoir Mountain. And, I mean, it's pretty and everything. It was a good ride in. But we're just going to probably walk in and kind of take it easy getting in and just see what's up, because the wind is just going to keep everything bedded. But we might push something out, you never know. So yeah, that's it. Start of the adventure. So me and Mark are about a mile in. That's where we're headed. And he's taking his long johns off. I'm really out of shape. Yeah.
See that on my OnlyFans page.
Yeah, he said you can see it on his OnlyFans page. There he is. But it's super beautiful, and the night sky last night, I should have got some video of that. The night sky was just amazing. And we ran into a couple guys that are new to the area, so they've got a 421 tag. So we gave them, I guess you could call it advice or pointers or whatever, where we've seen animals and gotten animals and so on. But we're headed up onto that ridge there, and it'll probably take us about an hour. We're only about a mile in or so, and it's rough walking. My pack weighs way too much, but it is what it is. It's super pretty though, and it looks like we might be in for some rain. Get up high, might be snow tonight, you never know around here. So anyway, it's September 4th. Yeah, September 4th. And elk hunt, bear hunt 2023, right? Colorado. So we'll get to it. Alright, so we've walked a few miles. You can kind of make out where we came from, down in that valley to the right of that spruce tree there, bigger spruce tree. It's super pretty up here, but it is a smoker. We've gained about 800 feet over the last mile, and it's rough. It's pretty. We can hear some cows, which is never a good sign, but it is what it is. So we'll just keep carrying on. So we were trying to find a good spot to set up, and we got this awesome banging ass meadow, and lo and behold, it starts sleeting like crazy. I mean, you can see it coming in waves. So we got our Eno Fly, Superfly up, and we're at least dry for the moment, and just wait and see what happens with this. These Eno Flies are awesome. This is the Sil Nylon XL, and I think you get the Sil. I got you the Sil Nylon regular.
Okay.
I think so, but it doesn't matter. They're really, really good. And like Mark was just saying, that we really need to have one just for this kind of deal. And you can always double them up. You just gotta be careful not to tie knots you can't undo, and everything. And you need to have shed points, for the water and whatnot. But I think we're doing okay for now. I might lower that guy line there so you give it a shed point, but they're pretty good. Don't discount them. They're essential if you're out here. I mean, it's what is it? September what? 4th, 5th, 5th?
4th.
4th, whatever. and it's sleeting, and it's not quite cold enough to snow, but tonight it'll probably be cold enough to snow. But we'll see. It was a pretty nasty little hike coming up here, but I think it's it's at least pretty. We'll see how it pans out. We might spend a couple days here, and it's not too shabby at all. So anyway, thanks. All right, so we got our camp set up on this knoll here. We can see this meadow. Bit of a storm situation's moving in, but we should be good. So Mark left his hammock straps somewhere, but we got him sorted hopefully with some 550 cord, and kind of see our camp. Got our hammocks and everything up, so we'll report back on how everything works out. The hammocks did pretty well, and then he just climbed underneath that little quilt, that hang tie quilt that I got us. He just was underneath that last night and said it was fine. So, but it got down like 40, 42. So we'll see. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good so far. So we'll see how everything pans out. Well, we're coming to a close on the first day, and we didn't see anything. I've got a real good feeling about that meadow down there. It's quite chilly. Mark's asleep. He pulled his groin, maybe, or maybe a hip flexor. So, we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. I mean, we're quite a ways up in here. So, I mean, it's super pretty and everything. And we pretty much have this meadow to ourselves. Nobody else is here that I've seen. We had one side-by-side come through. But they headed up further into the unit. So, and we just can't get Mark's truck back here. So, we don't have a side-by-side. I probably wouldn't use one if I had one, except for maybe packing a critter out. But anyway, I don't know. It's getting pretty chilly. I've been watching this meadow pretty hard for the last couple hours, and there was a pine squirrel that just started going crazy. So there might be something down there. Who knows? Coyote or a bear, maybe. If it's a bear, we got a bear tag. You always shoot coyotes if you get a chance. So we found a pretty surprisingly large something fecal matter. That's definitely a predator, but it's not a bear, that I don't think. There's no grass in it. And it's way too big to be a coyote. And there are some wolves in here, but not many. But there's a lot of mountain lions. So, you hardly ever see them, but there are a lot. So, we'll see. I don't have a mountain lion tag. But anyway, so it closes out day 2. Or no, day 1. What am I thinking? It took us 2 days to get here. So day 1, I'm exhausted. And we'll see how everything picks up tomorrow. We're going to get up early and check this meadow out, and hopefully we'll cross our fingers and hope something comes into it early in the morning. So we'll see. So morning 2, and we didn't hear anything this morning. Maybe some hooves, but nothing definitive. But Mark spent about 12 hours in his hammock in these hammock these hang-tied hammock deals were the business. My butt didn't get cold once. But anyway, so If you get a cold booty in it when you're using a hammock, this hang tight is pretty good. So, we're gonna head out and see what we can find. Well, I'm on my own this morning. Mark took off real early to go check a meadow where there was a bunch of wallers and stuff. And I woke up with a rocking headache. And so I did just take it slow this morning and have some breakfast. So we are going with the good old biscuits and gravy, even though it is backwards. Mountain House biscuits and gravy. It is spectacular, as always. I give this one a solid 7 if you like biscuits and gravy. I'm going to head over to that side. Then there's a big meadow over there. But that's kind of our view. Sun's just now coming up. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's just not much going on. It's hard with all the ATVs. It just, like, you go out in the field and, you know, out in this big meadow, and you can just see where they were bedded. And, you know, we're only a couple days in the season, so they were there, and then they just popped smoke as soon as everybody rolled in, which is understandable. So yeah, and then you get all these idiotic hunters, in quotations. They're, I don't know what it is. Like 2 of them last night at like 10 o'clock at night just rolled in here. We're already like trying to get to sleep, and they walked all the way across this meadow. So it's a mile almost to those trees over there. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's almost a mile. And they walked from there straight here, and with their lights on and everything, never said boo. They were just doing a stupid whistle, like, or some shit. And, you know, it's like, you gotta be completely stupid to do something like that out here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, if they would have rolled up and said, "Hey guys," or something like that, it'd been one thing. But, you know, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and they're headed into a different unit. So, I don't know. It was really kind of odd and irritating, you know, at the same time. But anyway, I guess ethics be damned. But yeah, so I'm gonna head out and see what I can find. Maybe a burr. So if you're rocking a hammock and you got the adjustable hammock straps, there's a good use for them. They can also hold your sunglasses, your spork, your toothbrush, and your sunglasses, among other things. And then if you, come into a spot and you've got a tree, even though it may seem annoying, those little branches do serve a purpose sometimes. This is a 10-watt folding solar panel. It's got 2 USB outputs in the back. One specifically says like iPhone or whatever, iPhone tablet. I've got a little battery charger in here. But it'll, if you're running like an inReach or anything that needs recharging out in the field, you know, you can carry a smaller one of these, and then the solar panel will take up the slack, and they are just really good. That's just a 10 watt, and that's a 10,000 milliamp hour doodad, and it'll charge, if it's dead flat, it'll charge it in about 6 hours. And I just set it up before I take off, where I think I'm going to get the most sun, where I know I'm going to get the most sun, at a good angle. And when I get back, my stuff's charged, so it works pretty good. So I was coming up in a little meadow and decided I'd check a little trail out. It looked like a cattle trail, but actually I think it's more of an elk trail. It's just too many blowdowns in here to be cattle using it. And found this rub, and it's real fresh. I mean, it's everything's still nice and white, and dried needles, so that's actually a really good sign. There might actually be something in here. Too bad I don't have a elk tag. So if Mark strikes out over on that other side, I'll see if he wants to come over here. So there's a coyote print And I found this awesome, just absolute highway, and there's tons of elk tracks on it. So that's promising. So I just had a thought on this solar panel. So it's charging the power bank thingy and the radio, which is cool. This is that Mercury 10, and I had a thought that if a manufacturer took and sewed some of these on, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but on the back side, you'd be able to run a stick through it, and that way you wouldn't have to have something to really prop it up against to get the right angle and stuff, or it would aid in that. So I just, maybe put a loop on each one of these little panels on the back side. It wouldn't cost that much more, but the functionality would be pretty awesome. So just a thought there, solar panel makers. Well, we're drawn to a close today. Today's day 3. Found a really good elk trail, well, game trail in the woods. Seems like everybody else just been walking past it because you really have to just stumble on it, and that's exactly what I did. I just got lucky. There was definitely some elk in there, and I got Mark on it, and he said he walked it till it ended, or a big blowover or blowdown that kind of blocked up the trail or whatever, but he did see a cow moose and a calf, which I'm sure was really cool. But it's starting to get pretty chilly. Sun's going down. I was watching my little meadow down there. No dice, no bears. That path's got some coyote prints. I got some video of that, but it's a good path. So something might come together tomorrow. And if not, then we're probably gonna move down and away from here, get closer, kind of get closer to where we parked the truck, which is several miles away. Because if we waited it out and then shot something on, say, Friday, well, it's going to take at least 2 days to pack it out, and we really need to be kind of on the road by Sunday. So it wouldn't work, Mark's got to get back to work, so I mean, it's super beautiful, and it doesn't, I hate to say that it doesn't matter that if we don't kill anything, but it really doesn't. It's so awesome being out here. It's super peaceful, except for the jerks on their 4-wheelers, and then it is quite heavy with hunters, which I'm not crazy about, but it is what it is. Public land hunting, but it is awesome being out here, and it's about as peaceful as it gets right now. But it is starting to get cold, so I'm gonna go get my hand warmer in the foot of my sleeping bag and probably turn in here pretty soon. So, all right. So I just found a game trail and followed it in. I don't think it's an elk trail. I think it's a moose trail. But pretty awesome little creek, and I wish I had my doohickey, my filter, but pretty kick-ass wash, but no critters. So I just came up this gully and realized that's, oh, whoops, sorry, suck at this. Man, oh man, this mountain on the other side, super pretty. I just caught some elk on the bed, but I only saw a spike. I don't know where they went. I think he's still there. Yeah, he's still right there. Well, today's our last day. We've been seeing elk, but a lot of spikes and raghorns, and no big bulls. A couple cows. We can shoot a cow, or I say we. Mark can shoot a cow. I've only got a rifle bear tag, but I stumbled onto this spot up here yesterday and caught him in the wallow, and he's up there. Mark should be there right now, trying to just wait them out until they get up there from the meadow from feeding. I'm exhausted. It's so rough, and I got that peak biscuits and gravy. And that shit was nasty. Ended up throwing it up. So that's the second Peaks meal. It's kind of made me feel funky. So I ain't buying no more of that crap. But did find a couple of pretty banging. Well, that's the best one. Rubs, and so I'm just trying to. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm absolutely smoked. So I'm gonna hang out for about 15 minutes. Oh, there's another rub. That's a dandy. So there's gotta be a decent bull, or was a decent bull in here. So anyway, that's about it for now. But it's looking like tag soup maybe. So it is what it is. It's still great to get out here. That doesn't change anything. It's just great to get an animal put in the freezer. But it's really good to get out. I haven't been out since 21, so missed a year. And no bears, none. Not even like I found some bear poop that was probably a week old or more, who knows. But it was too old to worry about. So never know, might see something on the way out. I think there's more bears in the adjacent unit that we got to walk through to get back to the truck. We'll probably be packing out if he doesn't kill something like in the next couple hours. In here the pack out is going to be atrocious. It's going to be a real bad pack. It's just all hills. So if he doesn't kill anything in the next 3 hours, then we've got to throw in the towel, because it's going to take us 2 to 3 days to pack it out. And then the flies are horrible, so you really don't even have that much time. The flies are really, really bad, and it's not cold enough at night to put a freeze on it now. It's warmed up. It's in the mid 40s now, and, not even refrigerator temp. So just is what it is. But whatever.